You are listening to
Rice, Beans, and Revolution, motherfucker.
Welcome to another episode of Rice, Beans, and Revolution, episode number 33. And I'm here today with Javi and Jeff from...
Really? We're doing this?
Yeah, we're doing that.
You ready, Jeff? 1, 2, 3.
The Palatines.
Okay, so a lot of
That
people
was
get the name
horrible.
wrong, right? Like they say the
Palatines.
Palatines or the
Palatines.
Palatines. The Palpatines.
Palpatine. That I've heard that one.
Yeah.
They're like, I guess they're really into Star Wars. I was like,
It-
no, I
it
don't
was
think
a-
that's right.
There was a Palestinian guy that followed us at one point.
He's like, you guys are doing some good work for the Palestinian state.
I don't know.
Let's clear it up. The Palatines.
Palatine.
The Palatines.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
It's not that hard, people. Come on.
Palatine sounds cool too, but whatever.
Maybe next
The
time.
Palatines, yeah.
All right. So, who picked the name? How that? What does that even mean?
I brought it up, and the rest of the guys were like, "Oh, that sounds cool."
But where you had a dream and it's like, boom.
There's that old movie Airheads with Brendan Fraser and Adam Sandler.
Good old
and-
Brendan Fraser.
and,
Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi, yeah, and they're a shitty rock band, and they're trying to get their record to be listened to by some guy at a record company called Palatine Records,
Yeah.
and they're like a sleazy corporate mainstream company or whatever, and they're like the villain of the movie, I guess, or I don't know. Anyway.
And it just spoke to you or what?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that sounds cool, the Palatines.
Palatines. I remember before the band started talking to you, I was telling Jeff earlier before we started recording that you had all these ideas or wanted to start a band. And I was like, dude, yeah, I mean, do it. How'd you guys all like hook up, you, Jeff, and Richard?
Oh.
Like, how did it come about?
Richard and I had spoken to each other about it. I do tattoos, so I was at a tattoo convention and I saw him there. And he doesn't have any tattoos. He's him and Ceci are dating, and so she was there tattooing. And anyway, so I saw him there, and he's like, "Hey, you writing music or whatever?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I got some self-recorded shit that I recorded in my closet at home on my phone if you want to listen to it." And he dug it, and he's like, "If you need any help or whatever, like I could jam with you." And I was like, "Hey, I don't want your fucking help. I want you to be in the band. I don't want any fucking help."
Was he in Baseborn at the time?
He was
or-
in Baseborn at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Lowens were just kind of taking off, doing their thing. So I guess that's what he was kind of like. I mean, I help you, but
Right. And here we are now.
Yeah,
And
and
Jeff,
so-
how'd you come into the picture, man?
I am the wild card. I moved here to the Valley in, I think, 2014, 2015.
I remember it caused a stir, man, because like here we have this dude from, where are you from?
Originally from Oregon.
Oregon.
Yeah.
This guy from Oregon in the RGV. Everybody's like,
I think I had a discussion with someone just last night. We were kind of drunk because we were at the show.
dude.
But I was like, man, I don't know of anybody else like me around here, as in like nobody else has moved to the Valley since I've been here, with exception one guy, but he already left. So
Well,
I was like, okay, I guess it's pretty rare for somebody from outside the Valley to, at least within our music
all right,
scene.
Jeff, your favorite thing about the Valley besides the food?
Besides the food, the music scene.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Good answer, man.
No, I've seen plenty of music scenes from all across the West Coast and stuff, and it's I kind of laugh when people around here are like, no, it's not very happening. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Go where I grew up. There's literally nothing, so it's pretty awesome.
Are you from a small town or?
Yeah, very small town, way smaller than McAllen.
Wow. Like nothing but woods out there, or
Woods.
woods, Bigfoot.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
actually,
like,
I
hey,
grew
let's
up-
go look for a Bigfoot.
Squatch.
I grew up out in
Let's
the
go
country.
squatching.
Yeah.
My family, growing up, we didn't live in the city. We lived out like on the side of a hill in the forest and stuff. So I'm a country boy,
Damn.
no, sort of.
Wow. So,
Hillbilly.
Yeah, got a little bit of that DNA into me, I guess.
all right. So, let's talk about songwriting, the music. Who comes up with the songs? Do y'all like collaborate? Is someone comes in? I know every band does it differently, but I've heard all kinds of different answers. Who's the main songwriter?
I mean, this is, to me, I feel this is really split between Javi and Richard. Both of them in their own right, fantastic songwriters. You know, Javi had all of his music. In fact, wasn't it originally going to be you're just talking about when you first started talking to Richard that the music was your music. You want Richard to help play it. And, you know, of course, we all know Richard's previous projects and all the music he's written. But
And Javi's.
yeah, well, so Richard's stuff wasn't even part of the equation at the beginning of the Palatines. It was just like Javi's music. And it wasn't until, well, like after kind of the low end stopped playing, that the idea came up like, hey, Richard, let's take all these songs that you've written that you've never put out. Let's just combine them into one big force of, you know, both of their music. And, well, I'll let you continue from there.
Yeah. We just figured. We did kind of talk like, okay, so if we're gonna do the Palatines, like full time, you know, whatever. Then, are we gonna mix songs? Are we gonna, or should I just? This is Richard saying like, or should I just make another band so I can play my songs? Like, no, fuck that. Like, bring your songs in. Let's do this, right?
Right.
More songs the better. The styles blend really well, and we write together really well. And
Now, do y'all have like, okay, we're going to have a certain focus of what the music is going to be about or sound like, or it just kind of organically happened?
yeah, it's been
Everyone's vibing
Kind of.
on the same like wavelength.
yeah, everything's just kind of evolving.
I do remember having a conversation with you, Javi, and it was soon, like, kind of after I guess you had already gotten Jeff and Richard in the band. You guys had been practicing playing. I remember you telling me, I've never been in a band where, like, I think the members who, you knew it was going to go somewhere. Like, you were excited. You're like, oh my God, like, I think this is, I do remember having that conversation, telling me. You were like excited. Like, I think they're on the same wavelength. We want to, like, they want to make albums. They want to tour. We want to, like, do all that. And I remember I was like, dude, that's awesome. When you can find the right people to work with, like, just run with it.
Right. Yeah, dude. As soon as the very first practice with Jeff, because at that point, Richard and I were just practicing at my house. I put on a drum track in the background, and we would just
I remember that.
play along to the songs I wrote. And then we found Jeff, and we set up a practice, and we sent them, you know, like my recordings. And he came in, and boom, 6 songs, just tight. You know, well, you know, for the most part.
Right.
For our first practice, like, shit, we already have kind of a set.
Yeah.
You know, ready to go. And right off the bat, we were all kind of vibing off each other in the way that we all wanted the same things. We all wanted to just fucking, you know, go the distance and see how fucking far we can take it.
Right on.
Yeah, on the music writing thing, something I've noticed that's been actually pretty cool. And in general, of course, either the original song idea, whether it's a beginning to end song idea or just a general idea, whether it comes from you or Richard, when it comes to practice and it kind of gets set on the plate there, then it really becomes a group effort. I don't think hardly ever does a song start either in your head or in Richard's head and finishes as a complete song without major input from any of the other members. So it really becomes a group effort. And I've kind of noticed since, you know, the first album we've done, now to the second and then third, I feel like in the beginning you could kind of hear like, oh, that's a Javi song. It's very Javi-ish. Oh, that's definitely like a Richard song, kind of like old Rancid stuff where you're like, oh, that's a Tim song, that's a Lars song. But now I feel more than ever it's harder to tell
I think you guys are like mind melding together.
Yeah,
that it's
we're
become
becoming
like
one entity.
yes. Is there ever going to be a Jeff song like you singing?
Well, interestingly, I have just in the last couple months, I have now I got a microphone back there, but that's just for backups.
They're like it's temporary, dude. Come on.
I'm still on probation with that one. I don't know. But
So we'll see.
yeah.
Come on, we got one song. Let him sing one song.
Hey, we're not keeping him
Yeah?
from it.
No, I suck at songwriting though. I like to put my ideas on the table and try to like, hey, I think this would be cool, but I don't know why. I'm just terrible at writing songs from scratch. Can't do it.
Well, that's fine. I mean, stick to drumming. I think you got a future.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's talk about what you guys have released. I know you have one album out and a bunch of EPs. Why don't you tell us?
We have the first EP is just self-titled, right? Oh no, it's called Never Made It.
Yeah.
We got that one.
That was like almost like one of those demos, like, hey, this is us. Welcome us to the world. Here's our songs.
Yeah,
But I'm like, nah, let's make it like an actual album. Let's put some work into it.
yeah. It came out pretty cool.
Yeah, it did.
Recorded it in Eddie's bedroom.
Oh, okay. That first
Yeah,
EP
the very
thing.
first.
Yeah.
First EP. Then the next one we went into Charlie's studio over here and recorded Death from Below. So that one was pretty fun.
It's crazy how like our first full length album wasn't even like one of those little kind of half-ass, we're broke or let's just go within whatever we can do. No, like that first full length album, we're like, let's put literally everything we have into this album, spare like kind of no expense sort of idea, and we spend as much time as we could to really make it as good as we could and push it out there and make a good impression.
That's the full length.
Yeah.
Death from Below.
Death from Below.
And then couple.
And fun fact, I don't know if people knew this, that Alex from Wonk Unit was the voice in that voice clip. At the
I knew
beginning.
that.
Yeah. So it wasn't a fake British accent, everybody. It was
fake.
It was the real deal, Mike. I can't do it. Oh, Jesus.
Bloody wankers.
Oh, God.
And a couple splits. What
Yeah,
else?
we did a split with Destroy Orbison. And that's a fun one. The artwork on it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Who does the art on the album covers?
I do the art.
That is Javi's department.
That is Javi's department.
Yeah.
Anything art related. I just make the videos. That's all I do.
Right on.
And you take the pictures.
And pictures.
And you take the piss out of Richard and Javi. All right. And so now you guys got a new EP out. It's called Vacation to Helheim.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's not out yet.
Oh, shit.
We've released Vacation to Helheim, the song.
Right on.
And then the album isn't coming out until another week?
Yeah.
Officially September, what is it, 24th or 25th?
21st is the album release show. But, I believe digitally it should be up.
23rd or 24th? I cannot
21st.
remember. Is it going to be out that day?
Richard needs to be here. He takes
So,
care of all the
okay.
business stuff.
Richard is the business.
So whenever,
part
it
of the
depends
band.
when you're hearing this. If you're hearing this now, this will be out in about a week and a half. If you're listening to it later, it's out. Get it.
Go out there.
Got there. It's a 6-song EP.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's-
6 songs on vinyl, on black, regular vinyl, and then colored vinyl, which I think we're pretty much out of actually on pre-order. We have maybe like 2 left.
2?
Or something, yeah.
Only 2 left, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, if you guys didn't jump on it, you ain't getting it anymore. You're gonna have to get it on Discogs for like $100. But let's hear a track off of that. It's actually the main track, right?
Title
Vacation
track.
to Helheim.
Yeah,
Yep.
Vacation to Helheim.
And from what I know, it's an older song, but it hadn't appeared on anything.
We have music. We've been writing so many songs, and it takes a while from inception to perfection to recording to releasing. It's a process.
So tell us a little bit about the song. What's it about? And I know you guys have a video for it too, right?
Yeah. So Vacation to Helheim, Basically, in Norse mythology, right? You got Valhalla, which is heaven, but the opposite of that is Helheim. So if you die from sickness or old age or like in a not honorable way, you go to Helheim. And so if you're taking a vacation to Helheim, you're sick there for a little bit, and you're kind of in a bad way there. And anyway, so I wrote this song when I had the flu, and
Get your flu shots, folks.
it's a very dramatic depiction of my sickness.
All right. Well,
basically.
here we go. We'll see y'all in Helheim. Damn. That scream at the end,
Yeah.
that's like the $1 million scream right there.
Thank you.
How many takes did that take for you?
A couple. It wasn't. It was nothing, It's whatever.
All right. So let's, great track. Let's talk about what the future holds for the Palatines. So what do you guys got coming up?
You just said Palatines.
Did I?
Do you also eat sandwiches?
I do. All right. I can redo this, right? Like I can go back and edit.
No take backsies.
All right, no take backs. So what does the future hold for the Palatines?
Go.
No, you go.
Okay. Obviously, the Vacation to Helheim EP is coming out, so therefore we must support that and push it as much as we can through shows. I'm sure we'll be working on another video. I'm sure for at least one of the other songs. And
we're gonna have
Off of this album?
yeah,
The EP?
Yeah, because there's 7 songs on there. We got plenty of
There's 6 songs.
6.
6 songs. My
Yeah.
bad, 6 songs. But there's some good little nuggets that we can make some videos with there. And
We're gonna
So-
release the outtakes video for the
of
vacation at Helheim video in
Yeah.
a little bit.
Little known fact, I was almost in a Palatines video, but it got scrapped.
Oh yeah,
Remember that?
dude?
Yeah.
I was riding my bike.
Yep.
The footage is there.
Yeah.
I still got
mean,
it. But
Maybe
yeah,
you can just like edit it in.
We'll
sometimes.
insert a frame
There you go.
of you
we'll do
as
a
a little subliminal.
Subliminal stuff.
down the road in the official Palatines documentary.
Hey, I'm up for being in the next video, man.
Okay.
All right.
Putting it out there.
And you will be probably because we need a lot of people.
Oh,
for the
there you
next
go.
one.
Yeah. So some touring will be happening as well. Some shorter trips, some longer trips. You know, we're kind of currently working on some booking through earlier next year. We're looking at some festivals, of course, as well, and also
We might need our passports.
yeah. I
So,
need to get on that.
Speaking of passports, I got an email right now from a fan from Palestine. Are you guys coming to Palestine? They laugh, so that probably means no.
Perhaps.
Hey, you never know.
Never know.
Never know. Okay, so where can people find y'all, your music, social media?
But the
Bandcamp?
Palatines.bandcamp.com.
That is the premier location for all of your merch and musical purchasing needs.
Yeah.
Facebook is for
What is it? The Palatines TX?
you just
I
put
can't
into
even
that
remember.
that search bar up there. Just type in the Palatines.
Well, you know,
or-
I'm going to have all the links in the show description,
okay.
so you don't
Cool.
got to worry about that.
Damn.
yeah, we share stuff about shows and upcoming
And
promotions.
Instagram,
And
Facebook,
on
all that.
Instagram, the Palatines.
Yeah, we
It
finally
used
just
to be the
scored.
Palatines TX, but when we first made the Instagram, it was a shoe company.
Oh,
called,
shit.
the Palatines Shoes.
Ah.
And Jeff just one day was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna check," and he goes to see if the Palatines is available, and I think we hashtagged them the fuck off Instagram somehow,
So
and they're not there anymore.
yeah,
You made a shoe store close down and
we took that.
We
name.
ruined someone's
future life. Sorry,
their-
sorry,
their
kids.
livelihoods. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah, but that's at Bandcamp, Facebook, Instagram.
There were times where people would hashtag the Palatine, or no, not hashtag, tag the Palatines, and the shoe company would be like, they'd reply to them and be like, "I think you mean the Palatines TX."
I think you mean the punk band, not the shoe store. It's hilarious.
I'm sorry to say, but they were very boring shoes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
like work
very
work
No.
ugh. Like not even
shoes.
like, oh, your weekend's free. You should go to the garden, fucking whatever. I don't know. It was really like
Lame,
corny.
lame shoe.
I'm sorry, the Palatine shoes.
Maybe you guys should come up with a line of shoes, like,
Perhaps.
you know, you heard it here first.
We'll just rip the little star off the Chuck Taylors and we'll just put Belsey on them.
Yeah, you could. That'll work. All right. Well, thanks for coming on the podcast, guys. I know you guys are real busy, especially on Sunday afternoons,
Oh,
right?
totally. Yeah.
Church.
Yeah. I know we had to drag Javi out of like that Baptist church.
Yeah.
That dude was like, I don't know. What do people do at church? Listen?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Sing?
Just
I
sit
don't know
there.
where this joke is going.
It's going nowhere. That's where it's going. But all right. Well, thanks for listening to the podcast. It's another one in the can. Yeah, right there. Anyway, thanks for listening. Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you very much, Bobby.
Yeah, thanks for
having us,
dropping
Bobby.
by and getting drunk here at my house, Javi.
Mhm.
That's always fun. But you can always find Rice Beans Revolution on www.ricebeansrevolution.com. That's where you can find the links to all our stuff, our YouTube, our podcast, our merch store. Yes, we have a merch store. You can subscribe. You can also buy some cool shirts. So do that, and we'll see you next time.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Let's go.